Hey dudes, in this episode we are back, land ho! There will be mobs, a brief update about craftage, and the future crystallizes that much more. I got sweet new skin, dudes. Check it out, it's awesome. It's TheeRealDuke, and that's all happening right now. Oh yeah, what is going on, dudes? Where do we even start? There's so much to do. Okay, so first, again, I'm gonna take this helmet off. I'm looking pretty silly here, but I want to show you guys sweet new skin for the fall. It's a sweet leather jacket. I got my collar popped. You know how it is. You know what it's like to be cool. So anyway, let me throw my gear back on. Much better. Got my long pants on too. It's getting chilly. It's getting chilly outside. Anyway, I want to show you guys that. Now, where in the freaking blue crap are we right now? Well, if I stop up here, you can see we're in the dead middle of the ocean. Above me is, of course, my new mob grinder, and I'm going to tell you all about it during the long climb. So basically, I was checking out new designs for mob grinders. This is a dark room spawner, right? And you know what? I was looking for. I remember a while back in one of Monkey Farm's earlier worlds, like maybe second world. Can't remember exactly how far back it goes, but he had a little system he called Mobs on Demand, and I was taking a look at it, and I was like, you know, I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's useful. I like how he flushes the system out, and I was thinking to myself, like, you know, where could we go with that? So I did make some slight improvements. See if we hit F3, we can see some stuff happening. Right now, it's not done, but we already got some dudes dropping down. Looks like there's 16 of them up in there, which is not really a huge amount. Not a huge amount, I get it, but let me show you what happened. So one of the reasons I was out in the middle of the ocean to build this is so that, you know, we're clear of other mobs. Now I didn't get to build a mine under here yet, so none of the caves underneath this are lit up. But I am going to start doing some mining under here, and I'm going to connect this with my base, which is off in that direction via some minecart tracks. So we'll be able to run supplies up here. I don't want to, you know, just totally loot out. And I have a while to go. I don't want to totally loot out the entire cave system and stuff underneath my place. So eventually it'll be, you know, I'm gonna have to trash it. But I like to maybe do something nicer with it than just, you know, fill it full of holes. But we got some guys coming down here, and the basic system that I have set up here, I'm not sure exactly how I want to finish it off, but you can see we're collecting some loot. Two important things I needed from this. The first was arrows. Well, actually three, I guess. The first was arrows. I don't need arrows anymore because I have some infinity books from my sweet villagers. But then I need some bones so I could do some automatic weed harvesting. And I need gunpowder to make some, you know, splash potions, which I do like, right? But what ends up happening is our distance away from these caves, whatever might not be lit up below here, is the perfect distance is actually right up there. So if we go back over here, I'll show you what happens until the caves are lit up, right? There's only 4 guys. If you look up in the top left corner, you see entities, E colon. The first number 3 is the present ones in my field of view, right? In case you don't know. And then the second number is the total number of mobs in the loaded chunks around me. So I can see 2, and there's 130 buzzing around somewhere, right? The I colon after the B colon 0 is the number of mobs that are invisible to me. And that's most of them. It's all of them except for 2, which is garbage. That's not a very efficient mob spawner, is it? Like, those dudes are just like stuck up there. Anyway, how did I get all this loot if I only got 2 guys up there? Well, because, again, like I was saying before, hit F3 and hide that. As I was saying before, all the caves in here are not lit up, so there's stuff spawning in there. They know I'm nearby. They can sense it. They can sense my sweet, sweet leather jacket. But if I go up another couple dozen blocks here, let's see if I can make this without falling to my death, which may or may not have happened several times. I gotta tell you guys about that too. Holy crap. But when we get up here, and I get to this point, this is the perfect distance away from there for mobs to spawn. So let me see if I can just shift over to the edge. So you can see right down there, okay? So right there with my cursor pointed on that unlit redstone torch right there is all of the mobs, if any, that would gather down there completely out of my field of view. So the only mobs we're pointing at right now are going to appear in the first field, and those are going to be the only mobs, only the mobs that are inside the spawner, right? So and then I'll get into exactly how it changes from Monkey Farm's design. I'm going to put a link in the description for his tutorial, which is awesome. Monkey Farm's got some great toots. So we'll talk about that in a second. But if I hit F3, you can see now entities up in the top left, E colon. The first number is the number of mobs in my field of view, and the second number is the total mobs rendered. So it's cool because there's only 39 mobs rendered, right? And I'm going to attribute the remaining ones over what's, I guess, oscillating between 24, 26 in there to squids. Squids below me. So we can see the actual field of view. They're basically down there. Mobs, any mobs that may have made it down there. It's all right in front of me here. It's 23. And it spikes up and down, and if you're looking closely, you can see what ends up happening with the torches. Every couple of seconds, they'll click. Boop, 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 just happen, right? And what happens is, okay, a couple design changes I made to Monkey Farm system, right? Basically what happens is there's some spawning pads in here. And do I have some cobble on me? I do. This is going to be a little hairy, but I'm just going to crack it open real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And so there's some water. Now this is a dispenser. Inside the dispenser is a bucket of water, and this is going to set up a pulse. And this is the first change I made. There's the pulse, and it's turned off. And if you look in there, okay, you can see it's a little dark, I know, but you can see that there are half slabs strategically placed, and there are wooden pressure plates also strategically placed, right? And so they keep the water flowing on the same level, which is head level with the mobs, but the spacing of the half slabs actually prevent spiders from spawning inside so they don't clog the system, and that's really important. I don't need spiders to spawn inside, and there's a way to develop the design to allow spiders to spawn inside, but you can see the water clicking back on here. But I have a cave spider spawner, so I don't need them. So we're gonna keep them out of there, get just the dudes we want, and go from there. So let me see if I can I jump down there and grab those? Yeah. So what I did, another change I made was, if you remember looking in there, I don't know where that stone brick went, but anyway, if you remember seeing in there, right, we have this. Monkey Farm uses a piston to a piston that's holding back some water to allow the water flow, and then he's also got his piston releasing the water one block lower than I do. So what I did was I raised it up, and I'm gonna actually hop back up there to give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about. I actually raised it up, and I built it. What we're looking at directly in front of me right here, this block right here, is actually the floor. This is the floor of the level above where I am right now. So I raised the water level up one block so that when the water flows out, it actually flows one block further. So the end result, I don't know if you're able to follow with that. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but the end result is basically I was able to use a single source of water to increase the amount of rinsable or flushable spawning pads inside my spawner. And so the net result of that is basically in 4 floors, what I have right here, in only 4 floors, I fit the same amount of spawning pads as what Monkey Farm's design would have taken 5 floors to fit. So I get a little bit higher spawn rate. But basically, unfortunately, until I get all those caves under here lit up, I gotta stand up here. And I gotta watch this for a couple minutes, maybe go AFK for a little bit. And, just kind of let the mobs accumulate in there, which is a bummer. I could hook up a water system and have them flush up here and, use a little water elevator to make it work. But I don't really have to for a couple of reasons. The first reason is eventually all those caves are going to be lit up. So, not a big deal. And secondly, that's a pain in the butt and a bunch of materials. This used up virtually all of my cobble and stone brick. But so that's pretty much it for this, for what I wanted to show you. I just have a little timer set up here. And the timer just sends a click up through, sends a click right through here. It's a little monostable circuit, monostable circuit just turns a constant pulse into a flash, okay? And that just runs up the little chain here, clicks them off and on, and activates and then deactivates the water. And it's just on a timer, so it flushes automatically all by itself. No big deal. We don't have to worry about it too much. So now, as the sun's setting, I think I have a bed over here. I'm going to sleep real quick. I'm going to take a ride. I'm going to show you the way back to the base. Now, what's this brief update about Craftage that I wanted to go over with you guys? So those are the mobs, right? I'm just going to sleep here real quick. So initially when Craftage was started, it was our totally awesome server owner Discoveries from Infinite Heights who, put this space aside for us. And the server at Infinite Heights, we're getting an incredible response lately. We're moving up the ranks of playing Minecraft and sites like that. So we are just packed, and we had a little Halloween special event, and we needed the server space to basically. So the Craftage server was actually running on the hardware for the Infinite Heights server. Used to be, no longer does. And I actually took over control of the Craftage server, so I guess I'm the owner, which is weird, but nothing else about the Craftage server has changed. All the same cool dudes from Infinite Heights are on and welcome, and our main purpose is to just kind of spread the love, show you what we're working on, have a good time, make some cool videos, and just tell you guys. Hopefully, bring a couple people into people into Infinite Heights. So, no big deal, just a quick change. But the time that the server was down until we got a new host was actually what this past downtime was, which is why there's such a gap between this episode and the last episode for not just myself but the other dudes in Infinite Heights. So. Anyway, that was that update. Now we are headed back to the base. So, as we're running back to the base, just a quick straight shot, right? And this is the desert. And you can see already, right by my place, the little village that was there is still there. I still didn't trash it. And you can see the tower starting to come in. Yeah. So, you can see how close we are. It's really sweet. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's going to be some work, but it's not going to be a huge deal to run some minecart tracks out there. But, I think it's going to be totally worth it when we have that mine set up and I can actually, light up all this stuff under there. So, and now we are back at the base. So what else did I want to tell you guys about this episode? Oh, yeah, the future is definitely crystallizing for us. So here's where I want to go. That, honestly, that darkroom spawner was some freaking work. It's not that it was, I don't know, it wasn't overly difficult to build. A little too fast. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. Holy smokes. While I got this speed potion on. Oh, losing my mind. But yeah, so we got the direction of the future pretty much laid out here. And what I want to do for the next couple episodes is what I need is some withers, because I need some stars, because I need to set up some beacons. I need to get into mining level 2, speed level 2, because I got some big projects coming up, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. But got some big projects coming up, and I'm going to need that, man. I'm really going to need it. So the beacons are going to help with mining. You know how beacons work. I don't need to explain that to you guys, but I need those nether stars. And I have some nether skulls around, some wither skulls from some wither skeletons. And we're just in here. I did some upgrades finally to the blaze grinder. I just want to take you to it right now. But yeah, so I got some wither skulls. And do I need some stars. So what I would really like to do is get some other dudes together. Maybe we'll do a live stream event and do some wither killing. It's going to be so much fun. We'll get some updates about that either on the Infinite Heights website or around. We'll get the word out for sure. But so basically, here we are. We recognize this place. Here are my withers. Jeez, I got withers on the brain, you guys. I'm so excited about it. But here's my blaze grinder, and here they are coming down. You know how it works. I actually put. I don't think I can break in right now. I'm not in a good spot where I can break in. But basically up top, I put in another row of pistons along the top, which is not initially called for in Etho's original design. But I put them up there, and I feel like I get a lot more withers a lot more quickly. Now, good guy Larsic, who is also he's a mod on the Infinite Heights server. He is a real cool #1 dude. He is on a Craftage server with us. And he came by, and he was like, when we were on the Infinite Heights server, he was like, hey, Duke, I think there's a problem with the... with your spawner in the Nether. And I was like, no way, it's impossible, it's so good. Well, what had happened was, and I'll go over exactly how I pimped this location out in 1 second. Well, what had happened was, somehow, I don't know how, but right over here, where there's this stone brick now, there was a freaking gap there, and a blaze saw me, and I totally forgot to tell you guys about this. A blaze saw me and was just, not a blaze, was it a blaze? It might have been a blaze. Was there a blaze floating around? No, it was a ghast. It was a ghast. Ghast was throwing in here, throwing some heat at me in here. It was tearing this whole area up, and it was a mess in here, so I had to reconnect some redstone. The crusher wasn't working for him, and I was just completely, completely embarrassed because he came to visit, and my stuff was garbage, and it didn't work. So I came back, and I cleaned this up. There's lots of lights. This whole thing is encased now. There's no way a gas is going to blow this up with fireballs anymore. I'm just going to pop up here real quick. You can see the whole top is sealed up. Ooh, pretty shiny. I can't help it. I can't help it. I need it. So, yeah. Delicious. Okay. Anyway, back on track. Back on schedule. Sorry. Started spazzing out, but, I need some quartz for some daylight sensor type stuff. So, but anyway. Here we go, back up. So then, after I get some mining happening, after I get my beacon set up, and the operation for this is the same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. I threw some signs up to make it a little bit more easy, a little bit more user-friendly for dudes that are not me, right? Here they are crushing. Do I have any pies? Well, we don't need them really right now anyway. I'm just gonna kick them off while they're in here. But after I get those beacons up, right after, hopefully soon we'll get some other dudes on the server that will help us kill some withers. That should be fun. And then after we get those beacons up, we're gonna do some mining, and I'm gonna get me some really advanced speeds with haste 2 and an efficiency 5 pick. I'm gonna get me some obsidian, and I'm gonna start a gold farm. That gold farm is going to come in handy for a couple of things. Number one, it's going to help us make some glistering melons, which will help us fight all kinds of stuff in the future because we'll be able to get some health potions off that. But also, that gold is going to be good for some powered rails because we got some minecart building to do. I want to kind of connect a couple things together, and I really want to head out deep into the Nether for. I want to go deep into the Nether, probably travel through the roof of the Nether, and set up another portal. Maybe a couple thousand blocks away from where our stuff is. Maybe we'll find some cool new biomes out there, but that's where I want to fight the wither. Hopefully we'll get that working this week. If not, our backup plan is going to be, I have to finish my sugarcane farm. I have an idea, a hybrid villager system that I'm going to set up. And I'll talk more about that next episode. I still have yet to finish. I do have the iron golem farm, so I do have iron coming in for pistons. Let me just eat some food here while we're walking, and talking. I do have iron golems, an iron golem farm now, which you guys saw an episode ago. So I do have my iron coming in. I am up to 57 blocks of iron and 35 ingots. Not too shabby, not too great, but not too shabby. Okay, so that's going to contribute to our pyramid also, to our pyramids for our beacons also. And then, so we need those pistons. First and foremost, we need the pistons. The pistons for, of course, our upgraded sugarcane farm design, which I'm going to show you guys too, hopefully this week. Got a lot to do this week. I'm so glad we are back on the Craftage server. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, but I think that is going to be it. A lot of big plans, a lot to update you guys on, and that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. It's going to be a quick episode, but I hope you guys will check back later this week. Check back on the YouTube channel for some big updates coming. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. We got to get the tower going. I'm going crazy. I got so much stuff to work on, but I just wanted to say, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you dudes really enjoyed it. Check out my YouTube channel for Let's Builds and Infinite Heights server contest videos. On Infinite Heights, we have a new build contest happening. It's coming up soon. We have Season 2 of the 3-block challenge happening now. There's some upgrades to it. The entire approach to build challenges on the server has changed. You're going to earn points for wins, and you're going to be able to use those points in new server shops, which I just finished building. They're going to be up in a couple days on the server, too. There's a lot happening on the server. I really encourage you guys to check out the Infinite Heights server at InfiniteHeightsMC.com. Jump right in the server, say, hey, noobs, totally welcome. We are very welcoming to everybody that joins the community. Definitely check us out. Really cool community on there. A lot of cool dudes. So So please stop by play.infiniteheightsmc.com. Just hop right in the server. Join me, my builds, and that great community there, dudes. As always, comment, like, and subscribe. I really genuinely do appreciate every view and every sub. Thank you guys again so much. It's TheeRealDuke. I'm out.